My grandpa and his brother, Vernon and Claude, started it originally, and then the parents, mom and dad, bought it from them, took it over. They've grown it from, I think, a two-man shop to what it is now, so they've went a long ways. Dad and I worked a lot. That's one thing he drove into us, is work ethic.
I was there all the time. In the summer, I would work stuffing envelopes for advertisements or thank yous, whatever. You know, got paid $60 for the whole summer. I remember that. I was pretty proud of that.
Well, I've been with Buffington Brothers 42 years. Stan found me at a gas station pumping gas, pulled up and asked if knew anybody needed a part-time job. And I said, well, if it's a full-time job, I said, I might be interested in it. And he said, no, I'm just looking for part-time help. So he come back the next day and said, if you're still interested in a full-time job, he said, a job's available. And I said, all right. So that's how I ended up down at Buffington Brothers, and been there ever since.
Known him for years. I worked for Stan since I was 18. Installing underneath houses to serviceman, to head serviceman, to service manager, to here I am.
We do all kinds of crazy jobs. That man's not scared to get into anything. I mean, if it's a job out there that can be done, he will be into it. All in all, he's a pretty good guy. I mean, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do and getting it done, he's great.
Buffington is known throughout, the county and beyond. I just feel like the community really has received Buffington. And obviously, over the years, they've been working at the same location for decades.
Successful people have certain characteristics, and Stan has virtually all of those characteristics. You talk about honesty, personality, integrity, hard worker, fair. These are the words that you hear other people in this business and in this community say about Stan and about Buffington.
I have learned a lot about Buffington and the Poplar Bluff rural area, and they are an absolute landmark here. They are revered as a very strong business, a business that you can count on, a business that you can trust.
I think Mary Buffington is probably the glue. She keeps everybody grounded.
Mary takes a lot of pride in this business. This is her baby. I mean, Dad started it and built it, but everybody knows Mary is the backbone.
So Mom is still with the business. She'll probably never give it up. She enjoys it. She enjoys being down here and keeping track of us, making sure we're doing what we need to be doing, which is great. We need that. It wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for her.
I will tell you, Mary will know where every cent is, and it won't matter if it was $1,000 or $1. Mary will know where that money is, and she is a fantastic financial overseer of the company.
So we became Carrier dealers in 1978. So that was a few years before I was born. So all I've ever known is Carrier.
It's been a good partnership with them for the past 47 years. And I remember going to Marco's Sales with my grandpa and picking up loads of Carrier equipment, trailer loads of it, and bringing it back here.
They wouldn't sell anything else. I mean, if you think about it, 42 years that I've been here, and yeah, we've always been true blue Carrier.
Different people come in with products that in the short term looked like it was going to be better, bigger deals, this and that. But they always held their ground, says no, says we're staying with Carrier. And I tell you what, that is loyalty to the core.
Harvey Edelbrick was the territory manager for Stan and Mary for 19 years. I have a letter here that Harvey wrote. I called on Stan and Mary for 19 years, and it seemed like every week was a new adventure with Stan.
Now, far as Stan, that's a different fella.
So Dad, yeah, he's a character. He's always got a story.
And of course you hear all these stories about Stan Buffington.
That man has got some of the wildest stories you'll ever hear.
He needs to write a book of all the things he's done, fell off mountains and horses and been shot at by hunting. And
Bigfoot. Well, he seen Bigfoot in Illinois last year. Swears he did.
I thought, this can't be true. These are going to be exaggerations.
But yeah, one year he went to go shoot what he thought was a 200-inch buck, which he likes to exaggerate a little bit. Went to go shoot that and fell out of his tree stand, was hanging from his strap, so he had to holler at me to come get him.
Another time, he was riding his horse in the creek and got too close to a brush pile. A cottonmouth bit him on the leg, but he didn't think it was that bad, so he didn't go to the ER. A few days later, he found out he wasn't John Wayne and ended up in the hospital.
I was in my tree stand early one morning, and I heard a gunshot and heard a yell. When I get to the truck, he got down there. He was covered in blood. He'd been shot by a turkey hunter that thought he was a turkey, I guess. Went and got that taken care of, and we was in the tree stand that afternoon.
I heard one time Stan was climbing up a compressor back when we were all young, climbing up a roof.
We went all the way back to the building on this flat roof, put this compressor in. Wrong compressor. Stan got the wrong one. So I'm lugging everything back across the roof, and Stanley just ahead of me, just bebopping along, and he just leaned down and swung himself down.
Fell through an awning.
Went through the roof. There was a huge hole, and Stan was all the way to the bottom. I started laughing. I couldn't help it.
All kinds of stories like that. I mean, he can fill a whole book. He needs to for his grandkids.
He's always got some story or something's going wrong, but it's always fun.
Stan has been to Rockbridge many times fishing.
When you go down to Rockbridge, Stan has a presence. He's confident, he's loud, he's funny.
At Rockbridge, there's a little tradition where we do a little gambling in the evening.
There's a lot of games being played, there's dice being thrown.
I would step away from the table where I would leave my money in front of me, and Stan would slowly pull a couple quarters away from my pile.
One night we're playing left, right, center. And I'm not sure how this started. Maybe a beer was spilt on the shirt.
As I would run out of quarters, Stan would say, "I'll give you a loan."
Before long, Stan's shirt comes off in the left, right, center game. Not long after that, Josh Brown's shirt comes off in the left, right, center game.
We are at Carrier are occasional drinkers, so.
And there is all kinds of talk about who Stan trusts and who the best TM is. And all I know is that Stan may like Josh Brown a lot, but he only really trusts Jeff Marlowe.
We were always did things together as a group, as a family. We still do, and we pass that along to our kids as well.
Yeah, I've seen the kids grow, and they're going to do good. They're going to do real good. I'm proud of them.
They've slid right in their role and just kept her going. Just bam.
It's just Ryan and myself here, so we would be the third generation, and now Ryan and I have started families, and that's what Dad wanted. He wanted a place for his kids and also for his grandkids, and probably one day great-grandkids, hopefully.
Now Stacy and I are third generation and keeping our partnership with Carrier going, and hopefully my kids and her kids will eventually want something to do with the business and one fourth generation.
Harvey says congratulations on being inducted into the Koch Carrier Hall of Fame, Stan. It is well deserved. I'll say the same. Congratulations on being inducted into the Carrier Hall of Fame. I can see the hard work and dedication and loyalty that you put into the company, your family, and the community. I'm happy to be a part of it today.
Stan, Mary, congratulations on being inducted into the Koch and Carrier Hall of Fame. It is well deserved.
Congratulations, Stan, for being inducted to the Koch Carrier Hall of Fame. Buffington Brothers has represented the Carrier brand in the Poplar Bluff market for many years with thousands of installs and satisfied customers. And you've been a great partner from Marco to Koch days, and you couldn't be more deserving of this award. I was sitting there thinking maybe we could come up with a promotion instead of Carrier Cool Cash. Maybe you and Josh have already talked about this, but buy a high-end Carrier Infinity system and get some buff beef, right, with every installation. So let's talk about that promotion, use up some of your marketing funds that way. But either way, congratulations, well deserved, and we're happy to have you in this distinctive club. Thank you.
Congratulations, Stan.
Stan, congratulations.
Congratulations on your induction to the Carrier Hall of Fame.
I'm proud of you. Congratulations. You're a tough old fart, and I've been proud to work for you.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. You both have earned it.
Dad, I've just got a few words for you, and I wrote them down so I can remember them. Congrats, Dad. This honor is well deserved. You are the hardest working person I know, other than Mom, and your work ethic and determination to create a better life has gotten you so far. You have built this amazing company that has made a great living for you, your kids, and your grandkids. We all thank you for that. We know you have done all of this for us and your future generations. Growing up with you as a parent wasn't exactly easy. You made us work all the time. Whether it was cleaning out your garage because you are the messiest man I know, or picking up rocks out of the yard that kept appearing because you kept throwing them out there just to give us work to do. It was annoying at the time, but the work ethic you instilled in us shows today and has paid off. I am very proud of the challenges and obstacles you have overcome through the years. You set your mind to something and you make sure it gets done. And growing your small 2-person business into a big corporation it is today is just one example of a huge accomplishment. Carrier was smart to keep bugging you to join their team. Congratulations, Dad. Well deserved.